Want to create paint that customer trust and love? It's all about quality testing and consistencies. Today, I will show you the essential tests and technique to ensure your paint meets professional standards every time. Hi everyone, welcome to Vlogmas Day 10. Wow, it's been an amazing journey, all from day one to day 10. So, we are focusing on one of the most critical aspects of paint production. Yes, how to test and ensure consistency paint quality. Whether you're just starting out or scaling up, these techniques will help you produce paints that are durable, reliable, and market ready. So now, consistency quality is the backbone of any successful paint business. Here is why. One, consistencies means every badge must meet the same high standard. And then we have durability. Durability ensures your paint performance well under all conditions. And of course, customer satisfaction. Happy customer means repeated business and refer. So let's look at the essential quality test for your paint. One, we have viscosity test. Two, we have opacity and coverage test. Three, we have color consistency test. And of course, we have the adhesion test and durability and abrasion resistance test. And then we have glossy and shine test. We also have drying time test. We have weather resistant test. We have flexibility test. Now, I'm going to be explaining them one after the other for proper understanding. So now, the purpose for flexibility test ensures that the paint flows properly during application. And how to test for viscosity. You have to use a viscometer to measure resistance to flow. Yeah, I know you'll be surprised. Most of us do not know the meaning of viscometer. So if you don't have a viscometer, what you need to do is to use a stirrer to take your paint up and see how the flow of the paint is. So then you have to adjust your viscosity using a thickener or solvent as needed. So that is why I said if you don't have a viscometer to check the flow of your paint, you can simply know if this your paint is not um um okay, you understand, by simply using a stirrer or a brush rather to check the flow of the paint. And if it's watery, like I said, you use thickener or solvent as needed to make it not flowing. So now, under the opacity and coverage test, number one, you have to determine how well this paint hides the surfaces underneath. That is all the grammar of the word you've been hearing about opacity and coverage. You understand? So if this paint does not hide the surfaces underneath, that is to say, if you apply this paint and you're still seeing the underneath of the wall, simply means it is poor coverage. So how to test for it? You have to apply the paint to a black and white contrast card. You understand? To evaluate its seeing and hiding power. So when you apply your paint in a black and white contrast card, you'll be able to contrast or contract or check to see the total look of this paint opacity and coverage. And we also, like I said, the next one is color consistencies. So you have to ensure uniform color between badges. This simply means you have to make sure that if you produce 50 buckets of purple color, they are all going to be that purple color. And once you give it out to your customers, or you give it out to the person that wants to make use of this paint, if the person comes back for that same purple color, you have to ensure that you are producing exactly that same purple color. That's what is meant by color consistencies. Your colors have to be uniformly, they all have to match together. If your purple have to be your purple, when people see your purple, they know it's your purple color. When they see your pink color, they know it's your pink color. Not after you produce 20 badges of pink, the next 20 is going to be another pink, the other 20 is going to be another pink. No, your customers are going to complain. So that's what is called color consistency test. So you have to compare this color of the badge with a standard sample using a colorimeter. So if you don't have colorimeter, what do you simply do? After production, like I usually advise my students, you scope small amount of this paint, put it in a smaller jar and keep it. When next you want to produce, you bring it out, use that color for guidance for your production. It's going to save you all of the drama. So now, when we talk about adhesion tests, we simply means you have to measure how well this paint sticks. That sticks to the surfaces. Once the paint doesn't stick to the surfaces, it is not adhering well. You understand? So you have to use a cross hatch adhesion tester to adjust the tap test. I don't get yourself confused. Simply, what you need to do once you apply the paint on the wall, you just take a proper look at it. You can apply a tape and bring it up and see how well the paint adjusts to the wall. And now, durability and aeration resistant tests. You just have to test the paint resistance to wear and cleaning by performing a scrub test manually or using a scrub resistant tester. So once you apply the paint, especially the washable paint, you just use a cloth to wipe it to see if it cleans. As simple as that. And for the gloss and shine test, you have to evacuate the paint reflective properties. So how do you do that? Use a gloss meter to measure the gloss level at different angles. If you don't have a gloss meter, proper way to go about it is through your eyes. When you look at this glossiness, it reflects in your eyes, and then you go to the edge of the wall, you look at it, and you go to the other edge of the wall. Edges of the wall would tell you properly if the glosses are standing well um, of the paint than rather than standing straight and looking at it. So now, when you're testing for drying time, you have to ensure the paint dries within the desired time frame. If it's 30 minutes, you look at it. When you apply the paint on the wall, you just stare and watch how long it takes to dry. You understand? So how to go about it is by applying a small and thick touch dry and fully dry time. You apply the first coat, you watch and see how long it takes to dry before when you apply the second coat, you definitely have the proper timing to know how this paint dry. So for the weather resistant test, you have to simulate outdoor condition to test the durability by using a weathering chamber to stimulate UV exposure, rain, and temperature changes. You can as well do that by applying the paint outside and you leave it for like 3 days and you come back to see the total outcome of the look of the paint. Then for the flexibility test, make sure you check the paint ability to stretch without cracking. Yes. And how to go about this is apply the paint to a flexible panel and bend it to be observed. You understand the crackiness. So when you bend it, you can observe all this thing with your paint. You understand? So when you bend it, you look at it how it's flowing. If it's going to crack, you'll be able to tell from the way it flows down. And now we move over to quality assurance. So under this quality assurance, you need to know how to maintain consistent quality throughout product. And number one is raw material testing. Yes, test your pigment, binders, and additives for purity. You have to make sure you keep observing these chemicals. So when you see the bad one, you can be able to detect. And then we have the batch controls. You understand? So you have to standardize formulation and record every chemical. Yes, please make sure you record your chemical. And then we have the pros test check, you understand, which is for viscosity, color, and consistency during production. You check all these things and you record it as well. And we have the post production testing by you have to conduct full quality tests on a sample from each bars. Yes, whenever you produce any paint, you have to make sure you conduct full quality tests on each of these paints. In that way, you're going to be learning as well. So now we'll move over to the tools and equipment for testing. Yes, invest in professional tools to simplify and standardize your quality control process. You can get most of these tools in your country. First is your viscometer, for flow measurement, and then you have your gloss meter for evacuating reflective properties. You have your color meter for prices color matching, and you have your scrub resistant tester for durability check, and your weathering chamber for stimulating harsh weather condition. So now tips on maintaining consistency. And here are some quick tips to ensure consistent control. Number one, train your team. Very important. If you have one person that is working for you, you need to train them. Everyone should understand the quality control procedures. Yes, you have to train your team. It is important. Two, you have to document everything. Keep detailed records for every badge you produce. In that way, you learn quickly. And then we have the automate where possible. Yes, this simply means you use automated mixer and testing equipment to minimize errors. As you grow, you can get that. And then you have your regular um, claybot of chemicals, which I simply tell you, you have to ensure your tools are accurate. Please, they're accurate and you clean them. And continuously improvement. You use your test results to refine your formula and process. Very, 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 very important. So if you found these quality control tips helpful, hit the like button and comment Paint Production 31 lucky winners. So now, tomorrow we'll discuss how to troubleshoot common paint production process and ensure smooth operation. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss it. Let's keep building your paint business this vlog mass. See you in the next video. Bye for now.